Hello and welcome back to Teacher Keeney's photography channel. I have the 9 years in China. That's really a good one to watch. But today we're on my photography channel, and I want you to subscribe. I thought we might share another photo shoot today, and it's a theme shoot with a model. Is dressed in a baseball uniform, and we got bat, glove, and ball, and we're doing it on my campus where I was teaching at. It's kind of funny. It was unplanned, a little bit unplanned. I wake up on a weekend morning, no class, and I'm trying to figure out, if I'm going to go to a park and shoot, which I usually do. Often I would take off and go eat breakfast at McDonald's. Kind of get that piece of America, and then I'd go to one of the parks or go somewhere and shoot. But I get a phone call, and I hear the word Dou Nai. Now, Dou Nai is probably my favorite model to shoot when I was in Xinjiang. She was a local girl, big, beautiful brown eyes, and she's really pretty, and she's one of those super photogenic people, and you don't realize it until you actually put that square on her eye. When you actually start taking a picture of her, you really realize what you got, and she is amazing. Really, really amazing girl. The first time I'd ever shot her was a total accident. I was at the Dou ferry in Xinjiang, and I just sold my old Nikon D3300 to some old man that had another one, and he wanted two. I sold him my camera and a couple kit lenses, but I still wanted a small camera. So I ran down to the camera store where I knew everybody, and I said, well, I'll get a D5600. And I love that camera. Today I still use this camera all the time when I'm not shooting people. I wanted to go put the D5600 through its paces, and so I said, well, I'll take my 85 millimeter, I'll take my 70 to 200, and it seems like I maybe brought one other lens, but I wanted to shoot my new camera with my best lenses, and just to see what I get, and I was planning on just taking pictures of people working and dogs running around, and I run into these two photographers, and one of them I'd seen before, and he had two models with him, and one of them was Dou Nai. The other girl was beautiful, but when I saw Dou Nai, I could already tell how photogenic she was, and sure enough, I got invited to participate. So here I am. I got what a lot of you guys think is an entry-level camera. Let me tell you, D5600, the D3300s, all those cameras are fabulous photo-wise. Some of them, that's the reason you have a $500 camera and a $900 camera and whatever, is function. They don't skimp on the ability, they skimp on function. But the D5600 is totally capable of taking pro shots. But anyhow, I got invited, and we shot there at Dou for a couple of hours, and I was excited. Here I was, I probably got just taking photos of the best model I've ever had, I was really happy. That was the first time I'd shot her, but what we're going to show today is her in this baseball theme shoot, and I'm still, the last video I did, I was shooting the 85 millimeter all the time. In this video today, virtually every photo that I can find shot with this Sigma 70 to 200, and you see, it's the 70 to 200. It's the old one. It's not the brand new lens, obviously. I chose this lens over the Nikon lens. I had a chance to buy the Nikon lens, and I thought the Nikon lens was too sloppy. this lens, and it's been used a lot, this lens has been used a lot, and it still feels so good. And it's got just enough tension that everything works really, really good. And it takes fantastic pictures. These companies don't spend hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to develop a lens like this and produce a turd. If you get a 70 to 200 from any company, it's probably a pretty darn good picture taker. So you pixel peepers and all that stuff, just get over it and go out and shoot. But anyhow, today's shoot, 70 to 200. In typical Chinese fashion, we got about 5 other photographers, and we're jumping over each other, and we're telling her to do this and do that, and having a lot of fun. And what I'll do first is I'll show you some of the just regular on-location portrait style shoots. Then we'll kind of move into a theme and end with some environmental type shots. So anyhow, I'll show you a few of the portrait type, some of the tighter shots, and everything I'm shooting. I'll tell you right now, everything I'm shooting, the whole shoot I shot on f4, had really good light. I didn't need to make any changes. I had ISO 100 on. I mean, it was like a perfect day to shoot almost the whole time. So anyhow, let's show you a few portrait type shots. Okay, so hang on just a minute. Okay, so we took a look at some portrait shots, and this is an on-location theme shoot. So since Dou Nai is all dressed up in the baseball uniform, looking all cute as a bug in a rug, you'll see some of the shots where we got her with the bat and throwing up the ball and whatnot. A big part of doing these kind of when you do a location shoot, it's very much different than the studio, obviously, and you got to kind of have a plan. You know, like I said, this shoot was kind of spur of the moment, but still, I've done it so much, I kind of knew what kind of shots I wanted to get, and so I wanted to get those close-ups like you just saw, the beautiful eyes and all that kind of stuff. And since it's a theme shoot, you know, we got to take in the theme aspect of it. Then the rest of those location shoots, you know, we're kind of doing our own free will, making our artistic statement. And the same way with me and my buddies, you know, they all have something different they wanted to do. I remember one time we had her drinking out of a bottle of water and looking like she's all exhausted or whatever. But something, you know, different. And those are the pictures you remember, you know. Just a portrait of somebody sitting there, yeah, you know, depending on what she's doing or the look. But lots of portraits, they never, you see them and, oh, that's nice, and they're gone. It's some of the other stuff, you know, that make the memory. And it makes a memory for her, it makes a memory for you as a photographer. And maybe today it'll make a memory for you. So we're going to hit this theme portion. And you'll enjoy this theme portion. It's pretty cute, okay? So hang on and I'll throw some pictures at you. Okay, so you got to see some theme shots. Dou Nai's a cutie, ain't she? And this next portion, of the video here, with the photos I'm going to show you, are the kind of stuff that I like to do on location. You know, if you saw my last video and saw some of the pictures, you know I'm real big on the use of lines. I want you to see something that tells a story. I want you to visualize, you know, and think about an outcome sometimes. You know, sometimes I take a picture and, you know, you want to know, well, what's behind that fence? What's over that mountain? What's behind that bush? And you can do portraits just like you do a landscape. In this case, you'll see some shots where, you know, she's my subject, of course, and she's really close, you know, into the camera. Then we got it spiraling down the line like a fence or something like that. And let your imagination take over. And that's the beauty of photography, especially on location. If you're on location, that means you have an environment around you. You have people and kids and noises and all kinds of things are happening. And you're there, you know, and if you don't include the environment, why go out and shoot in an environment? You can stay in the studio and use backdrops, which is okay for just portrait. But it's not the same as shooting on location. I did this for years in China. I just love going on location and doing this. So anyhow, look at these photos that I'll be showing you next and see if they don't make you think just a little bit. I'll shoot some of them. Almost everything's in f4 except for maybe one or two shots where I wanted to show a little bit more detail. But Dou Nai is lovely, and you'll kind of get an understanding of when you go on location the things to look for. Every place that you go to shoot, you know ahead of time, you know, well, we're going to go over here, we're going to do this kind of shoot, this kind of shot. We're going to go over here to this other place by this building and get another kind of shot. Have in mind exactly what you want to do. You know, that way you're not wasting all your time. Every time I went to like Dou, you know, where you saw that me do some videos, we got all these beautiful bricks, kind of like this stuff behind me here, stairs and some environment. So know where you're going and know what you want to do. So scout out ahead of time, make a plan, and especially in this case where I had other people with me, or they invited me to this shoot, but I'm always kind of the one that kind of takes the initiative. So anyhow, enjoy this, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, but enjoy these pictures, okay? We got some good ones. We got good pictures coming, so I'll talk to you later. Bye.